Out of the blue, less than a mile from our house, somebody ran a stop sign and hit my door on my side. And the highway patrol said it looked like we rolled 3 or 4 times. We wound up in the middle of a field, and I was out cold. The medics came up and had to use the jaws of life to get me out of the truck. Later on, we found out that the C1 vertebrae in my neck was broken, and most people that have that broken don't do well. My concussion was so bad that they couldn't do surgery for, I think, 3 days after I was in the hospital, so I stayed in ICU. When the swelling went down in my brain, they did surgery on my neck and found out I had had a stroke, and I had nerve damage to my right arm and shoulder. It was really at that moment that I realized that maybe this, I might not make it, because people were saying in the background, you can hear them talk when they think you're asleep, and they were saying that nobody survives that neck injury. So, and it's just hard to come to the realization that your life has changed, in that little split second that I got knocked out. My whole world changed. I turned into a different person. Because I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. In Vietnam, you're always getting mortar attacks and rocket attacks and stuff like that. But I've had close calls with it, and I never thought much about it until this accident. I had never been injured like that. In all the stuff I went through, I guess I thought it would never happen to me after all the stuff I got out of. But when I eventually figured out that I had almost died and I would be injured for the rest of my life, it was really a depressive mood.
I know that first weekend in the hospital, when they took him up to ICU and explained to me that his neck was broken and that he might die. And then I think it was just 2 days later that my son contacted the Derrick law firm, and I did feel a big relief.
It's rough. It's rough when you're cruising along and you think you've had a good life and you've still got a lot of life left in you, and something like this happens, and it hurt both of us a lot. And if it hadn't been for her taking care of me, I wouldn't have made it. First time I met Dakota, he just put my mind at ease, and he had already done that with my wife and son. They automatically just said, this is where we want to be. This is somebody that's going to take care of us through this. I've always been in charge of everything I did in my life, and now I have to have somebody else do it for me. And Derrick just stepped in and managed everything that I couldn't, and he was always attentive, trying to find out if there's anything else he can do for us. I was thinking about this the other day. It's not just Dakota and the lawyers that work here. It's everybody that works here. Anytime we had any questions about anything, everybody in this office did the best they could to resolve our issues, and they were always successful. We never had a problem with anything. And everybody that would ever ask me for a recommendation about a law firm, I pray to God I never need another law firm. I don't want to be in another wreck. But if I did, and if I knew anybody that did, I would definitely recommend the Derrick Law Firm take care of